Today, at an event hosted by former US President Bill Clinton in New York, the caretaker chief of the Bangladesh regime in Dhaka, Muhammad Yunus, gave away what we have suspected for some time, that the deposing of the democratically elected Sheikh Hasina government in Bangladesh was a meticulously planned coup. His benefactors by his side, Yunus used those words actually, that the coup was not out-of-hat revolution. It was a meticulously designed thing. I'll play the video for you, and you would see a genuflecting Yunus introducing three student leaders whom he calls the brains behind the dethroning of the Hasina government. The students understand the awkwardness of the big reveal. But Yunus, beholden to his benefactors and masters in the US, goes on to spill the beans nevertheless. The same Yunus had no answers on the targeting of Hindu minorities of Bangladesh when questioned by an Indian journalist from the news agency ANI in New York today itself. This on a day when there was a march in Dhaka demanding that Durga Pujo pandals not be put up near Muslim religious places. Tonight, let's hold a mirror to the deniers of minority targeting in Bangladesh, as the Western deep state stands exposed. Look at that big Yunus reveal on Bangladesh coup, and then we come back to discuss.
As the 79th UNGA session goes on in New York, world leaders, including Bangladesh Chief Advisor Muhammad Yunus, came under one roof. Yunus was seen in close proximity to his Western allies, including US President Joe Biden, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. However, the most surprising speech of Yunus came at his old friend Clinton's Global Initiative event. Listen in to what he had to say.
While I'm speaking on that theme, I didn't realize what will happen in Bangladesh. Suddenly, all the young people of Bangladesh got together and said, enough is enough. We are not going to tolerate it anymore. And they didn't. They mobilized the whole nation together. It's not just the young people. Every single person in Bangladesh support this cause. And I'm very happy that the support in the people of the United States to make that happen.
With weeks of what was called a student-led movement, has Muhammad Yunus finally outed the playbook? Was Hasina's ouster, quote-unquote, meticulously planned all along?
All right, joining us in this conversation, Tara Kartha, former director of the National Security Council Secretariat. She is joining us live from Delhi. She's a diplomat. She has held a long stint at the NSC. And we also have Dr. Joseph Chalil, author and publisher. He's joining us live from the United States, from Florida, in fact. And I would want to begin with Dr. Jahidul Bari, chairman of the Bangladesh Autism and Disability Institute, but he's an activist who takes pro-Bangladesh caretaker government view. It's not clear to me whether he would take a pro-BNP view also, but let's see. Dr. Bari, you must have heard that statement of Muhammad Yunus, the chief advisor to the caretaker government of Bangladesh. He was speaking in New York, and it's clear. He said that it was meticulously planned. It was not a revolution that students came together, started protesting, and it turned into a mass rebellion against the Sheikh Hasina government, and hence she had to go. It was planned to last detail, perhaps. Of course, he stopped short of saying that maybe if Sheikh Hasina had stayed back, she would have been killed. He was speaking to international audience. But then that's a big reveal. It's a coup that has happened in Bangladesh, backed by the Western deep state.
Yeah, definitely. Can you listen me?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Thank you for inviting me in this debate, and I'm privileged to be attended here. And the question was the Professor Yunus, the Nobel laureate, Bangladeshi chief of the interim government right now, and he told in his speech that it was planned before and it was meticulously planned. Yes, I think so, because it wasn't a matter that to be happened very suddenly. Because Sheikh Hasina regime, Sheikh Hasina, she was a dictator, and she operated the autocracy in the last almost 16 years, 15 and a half years, to the Bangladesh, and the people of Bangladesh, almost 17 crore people, they were very, very tortured by the government of Sheikh Hasina and the tools of the government.
Okay.
And that's why the people were very, very unhappy on Sheikh Hasina, and they were getting prepared to be escaped from the torture of Sheikh Hasina. And finally, it was the revelation done by the students as well as all the stakeholders of the country, all the professionals, all the people, and it was a great revelation.
Dr. Bari,
definitely meticulously planned.
You sort of dodged my question. Muhammad Yunus, if you listen to him, was very clear that these are the masterminds, these are the brains behind that entire operation.
Sorry?
Muhammad Yunus, your leader as of today, when he introduced those 3 students, he clearly said that these are masterminds of the operation. These are the brains behind the operation, which was meticulously planned. So obviously, you're dodging my question. My question is, isn't it clear now that it was a coup planned by the Western deep state, and Muhammad Yunus today showing to his masters that these are the brains behind the execution of that project? Did we lose the link there? I think we lost the link there. Let's try and connect again. And till that time, let me get in Dr. Tara Kartha on this. Madam Kartha, you would have heard that soundbite, and it becomes clear. I mean, I'm really appalled at the kind of body language that Muhammad Yunus had and showed in front of that crowd of the Clinton Foundation, in front of former President Bill Clinton. The way he holds his hand, the way he sort of genuflects. Isn't it a big giveaway, even by optics, even by way of reading the body language, that he's reporting to his bosses?
Well, it is not what one would expect a chief advisor of a country to do. Certainly not. I mean, it's to say that, here is the person who helped me the most. That sounds really strange. Even if I were to give him the benefit of the doubt, the things that he's saying is I mean, there's clearly this image which you're showing right now. There's this looking up to, somebody who's apparently helped him out a lot. But I don't know whether he actually said that. I mean, the coup, introducing the students, the 3 students leaders, who were, obviously, they are the masterminds, but they were the masterminds back in Bangladesh. And there was, as the gentleman said, there were a bunch of students who were protesting, and student protests are certainly not unusual. There's a lot of strength within Bangladesh on the students' movements. I mean, we've seen it before. So I don't know. I mean, this is something, it is a little unnerving. Certainly it is unnerving to see the image which you're showing right now, also of a protege that Clinton is showing it. So it's I don't know if it's deliberate or otherwise.
Joseph Chalil?
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm taking it to Joseph Chalil. I can absolutely understand and appreciate what you're saying, madam, because it looks bad. I'm sure Dr. Bari, whether he admits it on camera or not, would feel bad that their leader is behaving in the manner that he did. But Joseph Chalil, it is amply clear now that these people who are serenading Muhammad Yunus, including Bill Clinton, including Joe Biden, and I want to put out those pictures also of Joe Biden really giving him a paternalistic hug when the two leaders met on the sidelines of the UNGA. And this is the picture, not this one, the other one where he's just hugging, and again, Muhammad Yusuf is bowing down literally. And that the third picture, yes, this one, this picture, Joseph Chalil, is a clear giveaway of how protective they are of Muhammad Yunus, how they see them almost as their baby. And that's a giveaway. Americans really wanted Sheikh Hasina out, and they are so happy for Muhammad Yunus to be in the government in Dhaka, holding forth for them.
It's so sad to see the double standard of my country here in the US. There was a press release or a briefing by the White House put out last night, late last night, showing that both leaders affirmed a close partnership between US and Bangladesh, which is rooted in shared democratic values and strong people-to-people ties. Just listen to that. Strong democratic values. We just instigated an uprising to overthrow a democratically elected government in Bangladesh, instilled a non-elected government, and then we are saying President Biden and Mr. Yunus are sharing the democratic values. It clearly goes to show we speak from the both sides of the mouth, and we can clearly show that Biden, and not just the Biden in the Clinton initiative, which is co-funded by the Open Society and the Soros initiatives, were funding these initiatives. As you can see from press releases, that they started funding Dhaka University projects from 2018, 2015, as publicly known. I'm pretty sure they planned this even maybe before. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. This has been in the works for the past decade, and no one knew about it. This was public information that they were funded $10 million, then more money to create scholarship funds for Rohingya Muslims, and then for Dhaka University students. So this has been in the works for a long time. Yeah. And this is a continuation of the Arab Spring mistake, what America has been doing. So we believe we talk about democracy, but when it's convenient for us. But when it's not convenient, yeah, we would love to get our friends elected in high places. Ultimately, absolutely. What America wants is a base in the Bay of Bengal. It's a proper regime change operation that was in the making for almost a decade and more. In fact, I have some WikiLeaks data or details with me, and Madam Kartha, you would also be interested in listening to this, as also, of course, all our viewers watching. It's of February 13, 2007. Dr. Bari, I'm coming to you to ask.
Yes, yes.
This is after a meeting that the Consul General of the United States in Kolkata had with Muhammad Yunus, where Muhammad Yunus apparently told the Consul General or the US diplomat that while there are Muslim fundamentalists in Bangladesh, but they are only a fringe element. Dr. Bari. And that yes. Yunus himself was interested in joining politics. He said there is risk, but I would still want to join politics. Dr. Bari, look at those pictures again yes. of Muhammad Yunus in New York today at the Clinton Foundation event, and the way when he introduces those three students. I was surprised to see this girl wearing a hijab. No, hijab is not the national dress of Bangladesh. If Yunus is saying that these fundamentalists, these radicals are only fringe, why is he showing a girl from Bangladesh in a hijab, which is not the national dress of Bangladesh? She could have very well been in a sari. Look at the picture. This is not from Bangladesh. This is from Iran.
Let me say, please.
Muhammad Yunus is pandering to a very radical version of Islam.
Yeah, let me say, please. I would like to say about the hijab, first of all. You asked me. Yes, hijab is not the national dress of Bangladesh, but you must remember that Bangladesh is a Muslim majority country where almost more than 92% of our people are Muslim, and our males, our females, we all are mostly Muslims, and we do offer our Islamic dresses regularly. You know, according to the religion, you can dress up yourself as per your religion. It is, I think, not prohibited anywhere. And so I think that girl you show me in the screen, she put on the hijab.
No, the larger point I am making, Dr. Bari, is that Muhammad Yunus clearly is pandering to the extremist sentiment back home in Dhaka by serenading a girl from Bangladesh who could have very well been in a sari, the national dress of Bangladesh, instead in a hijab, right? Now, the reason why I say that Muhammad Yunus is effectively, running with the hare and hunting with the hound, because today only, when he was asked whether Hindu minorities are being targeted, he refused to answer that. Yesterday, we had the foreign advisor of the caretaker government again in New York saying that no, that is not happening. Now, today, a protest has happened in Dhaka, Dr. Bari, and please answer this, where the majority community of Bangladesh, they said that they are not going to allow Durga Puja near a Muslim religious place. Now, look at this particular instance. Durga Puja was to be performed in Sector 11 playground. It had been happening there for many years. And now the local people there said, no, it will not happen at this playground. The organizers of the Puja Pandal moved it to Sector 13 in Dhaka, in Uttara area. Must be a district of Dhaka. And there also the local people said, no, we will not allow it here also. Wherever it used to happen, take it there. And they organized a protest. So obviously, the Hindu minority is getting targeted, Dr. Bari, and Muhammad Yunus, for all the projection of integrity that he does, is refusing to accept the truth.
No, I don't think so, because the Durga Puja is going on, and in my perspective, I saw throughout my age that the people of Bangladesh, they enjoy to organize Durga Puja and other puja. I know the Saraswati Puja, that is for the education purpose. So the Muslim people, the Hindu people, and the other caste, they all actually feel enjoyed during the puja. And I think there is no happening that someone or somebody, they are protesting against puja. No, there is no evidence here. But could be you are talking about the field in sector 11 or 13 in Uttara Dhaka. It could be due to the rainfall. Some rains have been going on for the last 3 days, and I think it could be because in Uttara, I know in Uttara there are few big puja mandaps. The mandaps where the Hindu people come to make their puja. So there are some big puja mandaps in Uttara and other areas in Dhaka.
Okay.
Dhakeshwari Mandir. Dhakeshwari
Still in
Mandir
denial. Still in denial. But let me come back to the coup part. Now, there is a reason why we say that there has been a long-standing collusion between Muhammad Yunus, who is now the head of the Bangladesh government, and the US deep state. There is a reason why I am saying so. Dr. Bari, and listen to me. Dr. Kartha, I would want to get you in on this. Again, from the same WikiLeaks, emails that Muhammad Yunus wrote to his benefactors in the US, to one Vervier Melanie S., where he is briefing the Americans about his meeting with the US ambassador in Dhaka, where he says that I have received presidential medal from the US. Everyone has congratulated me for the work of Grameen Bank, but Sheikh Hasina has not done this. So you can see the depth of the problem. Dr. Tara Karta, he is writing. So you can see the depth of the problem. I thought I should keep you briefed and let you figure out what needs to be done. Thanks for your help. Give my regards to H. H is Hillary, I believe. H. Give my regards to H. See you in the CGI and Hilton event soon. Yunus. Animosity between Yunus and Sheikh Hasina goes back to 2007, 2009. And that is something which has propelled him to this position, because the American thought he's the best asset. He does not get along with Sheikh Hasina. He would be handy for us.
Yeah, I think that WikiLeaks which you pulled out, it sounds pretty damning. I mean, it sounds pretty terrible that he would have such a kind of the problem here is what I didn't like. I mean, I'm prepared to be completely impartial on this, but when you have attacks on minorities, which are very serious,
yeah.
They're his people, right? They are Bangladesh people. And then he says, oh, this is all political. You can't brush something aside saying it's political when people are getting your people. They are your people, right? And when they are getting hit, you say it's political and you just walk away. That is when I was wondering, I said, what is going on? And much of the protests happened after this Sheikh Hasina left and this thing went on, and his meeting with the extremist leaders. All these things are, they are very worrisome. And now you bring out this WikiLeaks thing and this whole...
I have another one. I have another one, Madam Kartha. In fact, another one, equally damning, And thanks to Qatar for getting this for us, because I was not aware of this. This is fantastic. This is another mail he's writing to State Department official called Verveer Melanie S. Obviously, this person happens to be someone who can help Yunus reach Hillary Clinton, who was the Secretary of State at that time in 2009 in the Obama administration. He's saying that Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina is coming. You must have seen her speech on the floor of the parliament. I have highlighted some sections or portions of the report for the benefit of Hillary Clinton. Please show it to her. Please play the role of peacemaker between me and Sheikh Hasina. He is begging for intervention by the Americans as far back as 2009. Dr. Bari, you can't say that.
Yes.
You just can't say that Muhammad Yunus is not the handmaiden of the Americans, a tool in the hands of the American deep state to execute the coup which Yunus admitted tonight in New York.
No, I cannot agree with you, because...
You can't agree, you need not agree, but you can't deny this WikiLeaks email of Muhammad Yunus, two of them, to writing to his masters in the Obama administration at that time.
It could be due to some diplomatic matters, but about the coup, I want to say it wasn't a coup made by Professor Yunus, or wasn't a coup made by USA. I must agree that it was a coup made by the people of Bangladesh. It was a coup...
It was a coup executed by the people of Bangladesh for sure, but it was a coup which was meticulously planned somewhere else. And that is, of course, a big reveal that has come today. Thank you so much, Dr. Bari and Dr. Kartha, and of course, Dr. Chalil, for joining us for this very engaging conversation. We have been maintaining it for a while that what has happened in Bangladesh is not organic. The students might have been mobilized, but there was somebody backing them, somebody planning for them. They only executed a plan. Muhammad Yunus today has outed that plan and the planners, because he was standing with them. We leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining us. On the other side of a short break, Niranjan comes back with the Waqf and the Uniform Civil Code debate. Join in.